Okay, so this video is going to be a little different because I've been thinking a lot about this lately. So a lot of you may not know this, but I have two pages, channels, handles, whatever you want to call it. I have my main one, Upcoming Author, which has been my name canonically since around 2012. And technically, all of my pages are getting caught up with Upcoming Author because I'm often behind on the media that I love consuming. And then as of this year, I have Ongoing Gospel Seekers. And over there is where I post more of my Christian focused content. So in that sense, since I'm discussing the life cycle of both these handles, I will post this video on both places so that both my audiences can see what I'm thinking about. So with Gospel Seekers, it's known over there that I am a pastor. I currently belong to Trinity Full Gospel Baptist, and I have shared my personal Bible studies, sermon clips, and other resources over there. I went to college and got my degree in biblical and theological studies from what used to be known as Multnomah University up in Portland, Oregon. And I do plan on going back one day to get my master's. However, on Upcoming Author, besides the nerdy stuff I discuss, about 7K of my followers know me as the author of the Silent Angel Chronicles, which is in fact an urban Christian fantasy series, as my writing has always been Christian based. In fact, all of this is the reason why I went to school like I did, because I know how to tell a good story. I don't need a creative writing degree for that. They don't teach you how to get into the industry or do this indie. All that I've learned, I did on my own with the internet. However, I wanted to deepen my faith so I could create more impactful stories that not only show my faith in a way that everyone can enjoy, whether you're a believer or an unbeliever, but something that will also give fellow believers something that goes beyond what we get on Sunday morning, because I know not everyone is as interested as I am in going as deep as I do. So where am I going with all this? Frankly, y'all, posting on two pages is tiring when you're not a full-time content creator. I do have a 9 to 5, but I'm making my way to hopefully doing this full-time. So in essence, I'm going to stop posting on Gospel Seekers and just move everyone over to Upcoming Author for a couple of reasons. I have never tried to hide who I am. I was that kid everyone in high school knew was unapologetically me. I was a nerdy, short Christian who was loud and proud about who I was, but I accepted people for who they were. And having a second channel where I only talk about my faith seems like I'm hiding, and I frankly hate that. Not to mention, my whole purpose with writing the characters that I do write was to give a complete view of Christianity in the fantasy superhero genre beyond just Daredevil and the Spectre and a few others. Like, we're so okay talking about Thor and Wonder Woman and their pantheons, and there's a large untapped space of Christian faith to be utilized as a superpower. I mean, for heaven's sakes, we generally all misuse, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So if we're going to misuse that, we might as well go ahead and do that in terms of the superhero space and create some interesting characters and stories, right? And secondly, I've seen plenty of my favorite content creators balance both. I am Tracy Allen, Kev on Stage, Reed Choi, and my followers on TikTok know me as a Christian author. It doesn't make sense to not post Christian content on Upcoming Author. It also didn't make sense to only talk about my books on Gospel Seeker just because they're Christian based. Like I said, trying to do one video a day on both platforms is exhausting when I have a 9 to 5, a wife, 3 kids, and I am working on my next book, on top of still wanting to play video games and stream, reading my insane backlog of comics and my TBR for novels, and then co-running a church plant revival and doing music and the lessons and the teaching and the preaching. Frankly, y'all, I do a lot. And overall, I just want to be me and not keep anything separate from those who want to follow me on this crazy ride towards this crazy dream of the Lord placed in my heart as a teenager. So here's what I'm thinking. I will keep OGS up because I have posted a lot of content over there, and I don't want it to go away or for people not to be able to return to it if they need to. However, I am going to start focusing on solely Upcoming Author. And so I hope any of you who are along for a ride are willing to follow me over there, literally at Upcoming Author on all platforms. And my website is upcomingauthor.com. And if that's not the case and you were just someone who wanted to follow me for the nerdy talk, I get that. And if you're someone who just wanted to follow me for the Bible talk, I get that too. But I am who I was created to be, and I'm trying to take steps in my social media personality to not hide that. So if you're along for the ride, thank you, and let's keep going. Oh, and for all of you that follow me on TikTok, please go follow me on these other platforms, because to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that TikTok algorithm was just sold basically to Fox News, yeah, there's a possibility you'll see less and less of me on TikTok because, nah, I'm good. Let me make this very clear. I am not that kind of Christian. Anyways, I am a upcoming author. Thank y'all for getting caught up with me on my favorite media, and yes, that includes the Bible. God saying the same, I will catch y'all later. But until then, remember that imagination is the key to everything. I love y'all, and I'm thankful for every single one of you. Shalom.